You're locked into the Womanora Crush Wednesday podcast, the only weekly podcast inspiring, educating, motivating 1 million women entrepreneurs one Wednesday at a time. The WCW podcast is fueled by the Purpose Formula: passion plus purpose plus profit equals success. And here are your hosts, Jen and Modi.
Hey crushes, you're listening to the WCW podcast. It is Tip Tuesday. This is episode number 27. And we have a few tips for you guys, a few gems for you guys on this Tuesday. And let's go ahead and get into this, Madi, and tell the crushes some tips on how to make meaningful connections in real life.
My very first one would be to not be afraid of introducing yourself. Do not be afraid to introduce yourself to someone that you find amazing. If you find that person intriguing and you follow them on all their social media platforms, or you happen to read a lot of their books and things like that, I personally think that going to the forefront, if you have to email them, somehow you get in touch with them and let them know who you are and what you're about and what you have to offer. I think that that's really one of the steps that you can make as far as connecting with people.
Definitely. We all know we're in an age of social media and, just connecting online a lot of times before you get the chance to connect offline. But, what we mean in real life is that we're talking about making a connection with somebody that's meaningful, that you can be real life friends, mentor, peers with these people, and not just, some little emoji comments and whatever, but actually making meaningful connections. And so one of the things I think we get asked a lot is, how do we reach out to people and, we're not nervous, and how do we get in contact with these people on our show? And the honest truth is we just reach out to these people. Like Madi just said, we're not afraid to, just shoot somebody a quick DM, shoot somebody a quick email. Hey, this is Jen from WCW podcast. We love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. We're never afraid to just go ahead and make that first connection, even if we don't know these people, even if these people have 50,000 followers, whatever. The most they can say is no. And honestly, most times people respect you more when you do have the guts to just go ahead and reach out. So
I agree.
That was a great tip.
Most people are open to making new friends. Most people. Mm-hmm. Some people may not be. And yes, we have come across a few female entrepreneurs that we do reach out to that say nothing to us. And that's totally fine too, because everyone is busy. So you can't knock them for that. But I feel that the best approach to, connecting with folks is by, introducing yourself from the very beginning. And like Jen mentioned just a moment ago about mentoring, about getting a mentor or finding a mentor. I definitely think that joining a mentoring group is totally awesome. If you do not have a mentor, you need to hurry up and get one. It's very imperative, I think, to have one, because that person will actually guide you in the right direction as far as your industry. Now, if you're into making pizza, I'm not expecting you to find a mentor that's into writing books. That's not going to work. But if you are into, if you're into art, then I'm expecting, or I'm assuming that your mentor is an artsy type of person.
Exactly. So. This is something we talk about all the time on the podcast, and finding a mentor in your field, in your lane, it doesn't even have to be somebody that has 20 years of experience. It could just be somebody who's 10 steps, 4 steps ahead of you. Yep. That way that you can learn from them and really be able to get something out of it. And in mentorship, even I've found, you may have a mentor, you obviously admire this person, look up to this person, whatever, But please believe the mentor is also learning from you.
Oh, yes.
Because it's a two-way street. Yes, you're learning from them, and you came to them and, with expectation to get the knowledge and the expertise and the connections and the friendship and whatever from them, but they do learn from you.
Oh, yes.
As well. So
yes.
Don't feel like it's like, oh, I'm just getting a mentor and, I don't have anything to give to this person, because you definitely give to that person as well.
Oh, yes. And I believe that as a mentor, because, I know Jen and I, we mentor as well. We mentor other ladies, other women. And I feel that, any advice that you give to them, it's really a lending hand. It's really just helping them out. And I feel that, it'll come back to you. It will come back to you. When you help other people, it's just giving. It's what you should do as a human to help other folks. So when you see someone that can use a little help, there's nothing wrong with doing that. And also, if you need a little help, there's nothing wrong with you asking someone, because I do believe that we as women, we appreciate getting some kind of advice from another woman that has been in our shoes, like someone that has been in our situation that we're trying to overcome, whatever it is, whatever obstacle that we're, trying to get past. Find an organization for women. Find something small where women, Jen and I, we're part of a few groups where they're brunches. They're Google Hangouts. People, have conversations. They have conference calls.
Facebook groups.
Facebook groups, yes. Facebook groups. We definitely was going to get into that. But joining these private Facebook groups really help, and also joining, a women's group where you are actually fellowshipping with other women, like-minded women that you can learn from, that they can learn from you. All of us may be podcasters, but not all of us are doing the same type of podcasting. So
right.
It's nothing wrong with us being in a restaurant talking about what can help us get better. So that's.
And I have a quick point to joining a Facebook group or just being new to any organization, women's organization or women's networking group. And that's to be in a mindset of giving. And before you even start to receive giving, always be willing to show your value, what you're bringing to the table when you're joining these groups, because it's nothing worse than you get in a Facebook group and, with other people that you're trying to mastermind with, connect with, make relationships with. And you see that one person who's like always trying to gain, or always, they never comment on anybody else's question. They never give any answers. They never give any tips, any help, any solution. They're just always putting their own business out there or promoting their own self, or they're always asking a question, always trying to get information from somebody else, but never give into that relationship. And it's a two-way street, even online, even more so in person, because if you have that attitude, you're probably never going to get to talk to these people in person and meet up with them. But, this whole connection and networking thing, I think of it's like any account that you have, right? You have to make deposits into your bank account or your investment account before you can make withdrawals out of it. So before these people see like, okay, this is a dope chick. She's everything. She knows everything, whatever. She has so much to give. I want to support her. They need to see what you're about and what you're going to be able to give to them in this group. Medina, do you feel like that too?
Yes, I agree. I'm part of a couple of groups, a couple of solid Facebook groups, actually. And in those groups, we talk about some really, I learned so much. I found something tonight that I actually have to talk to Jen about, but I found something today that we've been looking for like 6 months. Like when we first started, I found it today, and I found it in one of my groups There's someone else that's doing it. So never think that it's only you. Like, you have to reach out. You have to get out of that shell and reach out. Yes, you have to reach out and, follow through, follow up when you meet these people personally. Follow up with an email or follow up with some kind of tweet. Follow up with something.
Go old school and go and take the extra mile. Put a thank you note out there.
Right. Send a postcard, something pretty, something to show your appreciation. And then that also opens doors for you as a person that's trying to get into the door to make it. That's what it's about.
Yeah, definitely. The more people you have in your tribe, the better.
Yeah, the more people you have. And just like Jen said earlier, connecting with people is very important, is vital to the entrepreneurship life journey, whatever you'd like to call it. We also have to remember that, as we're doing this, we're connecting with people. And like Jen said, you make, small deposits here and there. But you have to make sure that this person knows, these people that you're connecting with, they know how important they are. And how whatever product or whatever book or, whatever they're selling, you're a part of it. Because people surround themselves around people that believe in them. Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point blank period. So if you believe in this person, you will take that extra mile to do what you have to do to connect with that person. That's just my take on the whole connecting with other people
in the groups. Yeah.
Yes, in Facebook groups. Yeah, those Facebook groups
they're clutch.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, especially if you join a good one that really just every day you want to make sure you get to that group and see what's new, and then you find some groups where, just like Jen said, they be paparazzi doing something else. I mean,
get out those trash groups.
Right.
Please.
We're in a wives group, and we got this chick selling hair products. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Get off the group. Get out the club. This is not the right club for you. Although I'm not saying
the right place. There is a place for you to sell those products, but not there.
Exactly.
I wanted to say something I read earlier today, and that's, don't be afraid to connect with the friends you already have, right? And the people that's already in your network, to make those introductions for you.
Yes.
You never know. If you can just go into your Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is that, I don't know, Twitter, wherever it is that you use, you can see how many people that's actually doing something, or that might even have a relation to somebody else. I know Instagram added that feature, like at the bottom underneath your profile also says like other people that's following, like followers that you have, or other people that that might be following a certain person.
Yes.
Now, use that to your advantage, because that person could be the key person. That person could be the plug. You never know who's the plug.
Hey.
To plug you into that person who you might want to be your mentor, or that you may need to connect with to sell your product or brand your product, or whatever it is, market your product or get new clients, whatever it is that you're trying to do. I guarantee there's somebody in your top 5, top 10 circle that can connect you to somebody else to get to that next level, or take those next steps, or accomplish your next goal. So let's keep that in mind, to look within our existing group or peer group, whatever, or circle.
Right. And I believe that since we've been doing this, Jen and I have preferred to organically meet others through those that, that they already know. We've been doing it since the beginning. This is how we've been operating, and we've connected with some great people. We have connected with some really great people. So definitely, looking into your existing network is totally, you can just look through your phone book. You will find somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Mm-hmm. This next tip that I have is connecting with somebody. It's for just a little bit of etiquette, just connecting with somebody when you're face to face or when you're getting ready to meet somebody. You know, I think that we get so used to, addicted, maybe in a comfort zone of connecting online, that when we get into a real life situation face to face, we don't know how to dialogue and make a connection with the person, and it gets awkward. So, you know, I just have two or three tips to connect with somebody face to face. And those are, when you're speaking to somebody face to face, it's so important to ask questions and listen to the answers. Listening to the answers, and, you know, sometimes you might not even know what somebody's talking about for real, but if you can follow up with an answer to whatever they're saying and seem like you're engaged and you're knowledgeable about what they're saying, you might not even really be, but if you could just throw in, besides saying if you could just throw in some real words that mean something, I think that could get you a long way in conversation with somebody face to face. Also, putting away your phone to make eye contact and to really be engaged with what the person is saying. You know, we all are guilty of being on our phones a little bit too much and not really making the eye contact and being engaged with somebody. But I think, you know, all these little tweaks that people are doing now, putting their phone in their bag, everybody putting their phones in a basket at the end of the table or whatever, these things that people are doing to try to keep them off their phones, it really works. And it really, you can, I don't know if anybody has ever gone without their phone purposely for half a day or whatever. You will be amazed to see how much stuff you get done, see how much face-to-face conversation you have with somebody. You will be amazed to see how far you actually make connections and conversation without the distraction of your phone.
And with that, I believe we're wrapping it up for tonight. We're gonna leave you with an affirmation by Steve Jobs. I think everybody loves Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary.
Crushes, don't forget to like us, review us, share our episodes with other female entrepreneurs that you may know. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Google Play. And you can find us on Spreaker.
Anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can find us. And that is the way you connect with WCW Podcast.
Yes. Also, our social media handles. You can find us on @WCW Podcast Show pretty much everywhere. And, you know, you can always email us, Crushes. If you have any other questions, any topics that you want to see, any guests that you want to see on the podcast, go ahead and email us, womenorcrushwednesday@gmail.com. And we will catch you on another Wednesday.
Thanks for tuning in to the Womanore Crush Wednesday podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for Girl Talk with Jen and Modi, along with some of your favorite business crushes, more exclusive business tips, insights, creative business ideas, and doable action steps to improve your business and help you create your phenomenal life. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to tell a friend to subscribe and stay tuned for a weekly dose of the WCW podcast. Crushing hard on a womanore and want to hear her story on the show? Know a creative woman-owned business that's killing it? Let us know at womenorcrushwednesday@gmail.com.